Good evening and welcome. Welcome to my live stream. Here tonight, we're here to fight CPS and stop taking our children. I'm your host, Bob Pace, and it's a warm welcome that I give you. It's a warm welcome I give you. Now, a lot of you may have just encountered CPS. Some of you have been fighting it for years. I have people that are regulars on here. I've talked to 2,600 people from 23 countries. That's right. This is internationally broadcast. So I've talked to, besides the United States, 23 other countries, from Indonesia to Bangladesh to India, up to the Middle East to Saudi Arabia and Libya, then over the continent of Africa to Liberia to Sudan, and then to Republic of Congo, then to Rwanda, then Mozambique, and then to the provinces of South Africa, then up to Europe, United Kingdom, England, Scotland, and Wales, and then Denmark and Sweden, then across the pond to North America, Canada and its provinces. And of course, the United States, all 50 states have either texted or called in here, including Washington, D.C., the District of Columbia, which is not a state. Then further south of the border, Mexico. Then south in South America and north of Brazil on the East Coast, Grenada. Then across the South Pacific, I have New Zealand, and then the land down under Australia and its states. So that's a lot of areas that have something common that we all do. All 2,600 of us, we've run into a rogue CPS, a CPS that's turned bad. All they want is money. It's the money thing. And what they do is they hear an allegation, and all they do is they think you're guilty. So right away they knock on the door. They try to barge their ways in to bring the police for intimidation, and then they search your home. And then on top of that, they demand your children, even though they're not in danger. So that's the typical SOP, the child protection system. Now, you need to fight that. And one of the first things you need is you need to get a real attorney, not a court appointed attorney that you hired that has a background in juvenile law, family law, and dependency law, who's fought CPS, who has fought CPS. That is the key to your success. I'll talk to you about how to fight CPS with a court appointed attorney. But it is hard. And so I want to give a warm welcome to my people that come in here. They slowly come in. They come in. Right now, we have 3 people in the room, but we'll get a lot more in here. And I'm here to help you answer your questions and your concerns. I'm not a lawyer, but I'm a father of 6 children that I help raise. I have 2 groups, my 3 older groups that are well into the 30s and 40s, and then my young groups, which are still, well, one's still a teenager, one's still 19, going to be 20 soon. And then I got my daughter who's 23, and then my son who's 25. So my other 2 daughters are 33 and 36. My oldest is 46. So we have quite a range of family. But I also have 61 years of life experiences I could share with you. Now, 61 years is a long time to work. That's how long I've been working. And it's not necessarily the same job, but it's a lot of years I've been working. And I still have to work today. I'm becoming what they call old dinosaur. They can't work. But I'm not as old as Donald Trump, and he works. I watched him get out of the plane down the stairs. Well, that's great. That's great news. Now, we did lose somebody at 89, Robert Redford, today. My kudos go off to him because I liked him as an actor and a producer of films. You know, he directed films. So I remember him in the movie Sundance and the Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid with Robert Redford and Paul Newman and Catherine Ross. 3 beautiful people. Catherine Ross is married to Sam Elliott. She's still alive today as well as Sam. But they're from that time period. People are getting old and are dying. So we don't live forever. We don't live forever. But We certainly don't like our families being interrupted by a really bad entity. And that's why I'm here. I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you. I care about every one of you. I already got a love emoji, and that was from, who is that from? Margaret King. Margaret King is a beautiful mom from the Kern River in California. She's hired Mr. Davis as her attorney. She had a criminal matter that he got her out. And now they're working on their CPS matter. And Margaret, if you're in the room, I'd like you to tell me the latest if you can. And I think we have Sammy, who is from Scranton, Pennsylvania. Welcome, Sammy from Scranton, Pennsylvania. We're here to talk about CPS and what I can do to help you. So ask away, Sammy, with your questions. So we have Sammy from Scranton, Pennsylvania, and we're open to you like that. Now, if you're going to text me messages, it's important that you're very professional. We don't want people like trolls to make up fictitious names and say some gross stories. All I ask is when you text a message, you make it professional, either in the form of a question or a comment about the child protection system. Please state your first name and your city or county, and then your state. And if you're outside the United States, put your country. Also, please let me know about your CPS case from the knocking on the door to where you're at the moment. That's your first time callers. You've been here before. I pretty much know your story. So I don't mind hearing it again or whatnot. But that's how to interact with messages. So what I'm trying to do right now is look for questions for you guys so I don't have to do all the talking. You guys can ask me anything you want about CPS, how to fight CPS, what to do if they do this, or what they do if they do that, the pros and cons of getting an attorney or not having an attorney. I've developed, 5 rules are really important. One is secure an attorney and how to go about doing it, documentation and how to generate forms and how to keep track of everything. 3, do not open the door to police or social workers. Don't let them take your child, and do not talk to them. You need your civil rights protected. And also watch the medical trafficking, whether your children have to go to urgent care or your wife or girlfriend has to go and have a baby. Because they're there hunting and hiding in the hospitals. Rule number 4, of course, is how to work the internet or Chat GPT. That's a new research browser you can do is Chat GPT. Lastly, is to make copies of documents. Things like you need to show them, like your marriage certificates, your birth certificates, the kids' school grades, any kind of medical records, those things. You make copies of all those documents and put it in a folder so it's readily handy. So those are the 5 rules in a nutshell here. Okay, well, sounds like we got, oh boy. I thought the trolls are going to leave me alone. We don't want to use names that make no sense. I will not address names in here. It's a waste of time. I'm not interested in trolls sitting here trying to make a mockery out of things. Fighting CPS is serious business. I need serious people that want help, that want to talk civilized, that I don't allow profanity or gross stories. If you call in, be very professional. All I want is your first name and where you're located. And then tell me about your story. You have a question to ask or a story to tell. That's all I ask. And the same thing goes with texting me messages. I certainly don't want, names of people come up like jumping elephants or kangaroo runnings or something like that. I need a real name like Bob, Ted, and Alice, Mary, Bill, Peggy, those kinds of names. That's all. And the first name is all I really need. But I know a lot of you like to create handles that represent a clause that you're probably doing. But, If you keep doing the same thing again, I'll have to ban you from the room. I don't want to, but I'll have to ban you from the room. And so I really appreciate you being here tonight. Tonight is Tuesday night. It's it's September the 16th in the year 2025. And I want to hear about your story. I want you to be able to help you. Now, if you want to do something else here, you can actually be a guest on my live stream. All you have to do is email me. That's Bob P at VincentWDavis.com. You email me with the time and the day you want to be on the show. Now, I'm on 14 times a week. That's on 10 o'clock every day of the week from 10 to 11. And then on the weekends from 8 in the morning to 9. Then I'm on at nighttime, like right now, from 7 to 8 p.m. 7 to 8 p.m. So all you have to do is say, Dear Bob, I want to be on your Saturday morning show. Or Bob, I want to be on your Friday night show. Or Bob, the Wednesday morning show. You just give me the date or the time. Once I've verified you, then I'll contact my show producer and ask her to send you a link to get on my show. And it's a show that I use a software called SteamYard. It's an interactive show that lets a lot of people do a lot of things. And I really like to hear from you. That's the purpose of the phone call is. To be a guest, I can take 9 of you. With me makes 10. So I can take a lot more people than on a phone call. So, once you send it to the producer, she'll send you a link to SteamYard, and then that's all there is. If you get knocked off during the show, you use the same link and get you back on. So there is no problem there. And all I ask you is to, as being a guest, is be constructive and help one another, be nice to one another. Going through CPS is a nightmare. First thing you can encounter. It's something you need to have a real attorney to combat against. Now, the rules are simple. If you're on my live stream as a guest, I can take 9 of you. There is no profanity in the room. We do not eat or smoke during the show. And furthermore, we do not use the names of children, social workers, or judges. Now, I'm going to put my phone number on. And it's really important when I put my phone number on that you guys are responsible for my phone number. This is my phone number. It's my business number. They'll reach my phone. And okay, we got another troll here. I apologize for the troll. I do have to ban the user. I'm sorry. So far in the room, we have Sammy, who's from Scranton, Pennsylvania, who's talked before. We got another troll here. It is bad. I don't know if where are you from? All of you that come into this room, you need to tell me where you're from. Otherwise, I can't recognize you. Otherwise, you can't recognize you. Good evening. You've reached the live stream. Who do I have the pleasure of talking to?
Hey, Bob, this is Penelope.
Penelope from where?
You're breaking up a little bit there.
Penelope, where are you from?
Oh, Las Cruces, California.
And what is your story about?
You're still kind of breaking up there, Bob.
Okay. You show up with an Alabama number. It's the same number that has been calling in fraudulently. Again, I speak finely. Thank you very much for calling in. Well, we have someone named Penelope, who is a girl's name. It's a guy. He says he's from California. I don't even recognize a place in California. It shows up from Alabama. So, and it's the same nerd that's been calling me the day after day with his trolls. We don't want trolls in the room. We want people that want help. And it's silly what has happened here. It is silly what has happened here. Um, okay. Hi, Amber King. You're from Louisiana. Okay. And Shigmaji, we can't hear really at CPS defense attorney Vincent Davis. We can we can't hear really. Well, I understand what you mean you can't hear. First of all, where are you from? Well, you need help. The first order of business is you need to identify where you're from, what city and state. Um, I meant just the call. You couldn't hear the call. Well, because the call is impersonating somebody else. It's one of the troll calls I got. Ever since Charlie um, was murdered, the people have suddenly jumped on the bandwagon to attack other people. I don't know why my show is being attacked because I'm here to help you. I'm certainly not here to take sides with one person or the other person. I respectfully tell you the truth about CPS. I'm not saying that CPS is all bad. I'd say that 50% of it's bad. And it's hard when people don't know how to work with it. So if you could tell me where you're from, Smiggy, I would love to help you. You're from New York City. Okay. And what is your question or comment about CPS? What's your question or comment? And Amber, I don't know where you're from. But anyway, welcome, Amber. I'm glad that you joined us tonight. So we have Amber and Shigmi from New York, and we have Amber King is from Louisiana. I apologize. There it is. I found it. And then we have Sammy from Scranton, Pennsylvania. Great. I'm looking for questions so I can help you. I'm looking for questions so I can help you. I'm looking for questions so I can help you. Now, there's 5 rules that I've developed over these last 23 months of speaking on here. I'm almost 2 years. Next month will be 2 years I've been doing this. Now, I do this 4 times a week. And it does get kind of hard talking about my case and other people's cases. CPS is not a pleasant thing to deal with. It's very nervous because you're at the whims of them. Most of you can't afford an attorney. So you're desperate for information. I hear you about that. That's why I'm here to help you. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. My mic will go off. All right, I'm back. I had some lighting issues, and I guess apparently my plug wasn't in tight enough. So that's a lot better now. Now I can see everybody. Okay, Sammy has something new, maybe a question. Um, Where did Sammy's question go? I had it here for a second. Sammy, could you repeat your thing because it's disappeared? Sammy, I had a comment from you, but it disappeared. Could you put it up again, Sammy? There is no best state. Wait a minute. Oh boy. Okay. Simi from New York says he was taken away from me because of how I disciplined him after he burned half of our house down. That's a horrible thing for your child to do. Um, well, Sammy wrote in something there. Okay. I think it was just me saying Amber's from Louisiana. Okay, thank you, Sammy. Thank you very much. Now, Smiggy from New York says that her son burned half the house down. That's hard to believe. That's hard to believe. Does anyone have a case coming up that they need an answer to about a question about their case? Do you need to know about a TPR, termination of parental rights? Do you need to know about a 388 motion, a 180 hearing, a 160 hearing? Do you need to know about the ICWA law of 1978? There's lots of facts and information I can help you with. Again, we still seem to be having, okay, Amber King said that CPS in Florida gets a pickup order to complete initial assessment, but the family has already left the state. Can that pickup order be enforced by another state? Well, first of all, can you tell me what a pickup order is? I've never heard that before. This is about the Child Protection Agency. I'm colorblind here. Again, this room, I need to establish this room. The purpose of this room is to help you with child protection questions, or how to fight your case, or how to get your child back, to share stories that help out others. This room is interactive so you can help out others that need help. It's not here to be comical or make fun of other people or be here. I don't need any trolls in here. I really don't. This is not a place for trolls. I want everybody to show respect and be kind to one another. Follow the rules. Got to be no profanity in here. Now, I have no idea what a pickup order is. I have no idea. I will look that up. They've already sent the sheriff's departments to do the welfare check and they call for another one. Sheriffs may do welfare checks, but that has no connection with CPS. I don't know what city in Florida is, but I'll type in Florida, Florida, then capital CPS, and then I'll type in pickup order. And see what it comes up with. Okay. This is a thought. A Florida CPS pickup order does not exist, but a similar legal action for parents to regain custody in emergency is a Florida emergency pickup order or emergency custody order, which is a court order may be granted if the child's in immediate danger, is being abused, or at the risk of being wrongfully removed from the state. To request one, You must file a petition with the court, include a sworn affidavit with convincing evidence of the emergency, and provide a certified copy of any existing court orders for time sharing, custody, child custody, or paternity. Now, this emergency order may be granted of true emergencies. The child has to be in immediate harm or physical danger of being abused. The child has been wrongfully detained or taken from a parent. There is a risk the child may be taken out of the state without permission. What you need to file is a petition, a formal request to the court for the pickup order, a sworn affidavit providing details about the emergency, proof of parenting or custody of the child, certified copies of birth certificate, a court order establishing paternity or a custody order, convincing evidence, strong proof that the court should grant the order, such as a court order showing existing time sharing or custody and evidence demonstrating the child's immediate danger. You need to consult an attorney. Seek a legal advice from a family law attorney in Florida. You need to file the required document, the petition, to initiate the process. And you have to present compelling evidence to the court to support your claim of the emergency. So that's what I found, and hopefully that's what you're talking about. That's what you're talking about. Is that what you're talking about, Amber King? Hello, Bartley. Bartley is from Montana, and she is a worker. She has a worker come over in a few days to meet me and see the house and how decluttered, and talk about the termination of parental rights. What's your advice? Well, you don't have a court-appointed attorney, and if your house is clutter-free, you're going to have to go with the flow to get your child back. Um, I have mixed emotions because the CPS case in your case has been corrupt. And I know you can't afford an attorney, and that's part of the problem or part of the issue there. So, Bartley, let me think about this a moment and I will get back to you about that. That's something I don't want to shoot from the hip. Now, Amber, I was talking about the pickup order. Hopefully, you understood what I said. The sheriff's not doing a welfare. A welfare check is when someone calls in, they're worried about somebody they haven't seen for days. They'll stop by, knock on the door, and see if the person needs any help. They're not going to break in, and it does not deal with CPS cases. Now, Amber King further said it's an injunction to bring the children or child to a CPS worker for them to complete their initial assessment because a complaint has been made for some other reason. Well, a pickup order doesn't exist in Florida that my intelligence was telling me, that if you know that the child's going to be transferred out of state or is in immediate harm or danger, you can file a petition. You can file a petition. Hello, Gish. Is that your name? And where are you from, Gish? Wish people knew that coming here. Please state a reasonable name that I can understand and where you're from. This is not a room to sit here and play games. Now, Bartley says, no, talk about the treatment plan, not termination rights. Oh, the TP, the termination plan. Well, the termination plan and the treatment rights are the same thing. I mean, treatment plan, you need to have your reunification, and you need to follow what the judge is saying. But here's the thing is, what does she want to talk to you about a treatment plan? Is the plan that the judge ordered, is that your safety plan or reunification plan? Is that the treatment plan? Bartley, is that what it is? I'm trying to help you out there. Gish, I don't know where you're from, Gish, but it'd be nice if you tell me the city. Amber, do you understand how I answered your question, Amber? And Sammy, do you have anything to ask me, or you just want to just listen in? And Schmitty from New York, do you have anything further about the house that burned down? What happened to your child? How many children have been taken from you? What is the case in CPS against you? Is neglect and abuse or both? You need to provide me some more information, Smigmy. All right? From New York City. Amber, I haven't heard anything further from you from Louisiana. Amber, I know you're asking something about Florida, and I tried to answer you on that one there. All right, it's right now. We have some more love in the room, which is great. Margaret King gave me an emoji of love. That's great. You can send thumbs up, smiley faces. You can send stars. I love emojis. Also, please check the follow button and the notification button if you want to follow me. Okay. Schmigley from New York says only neglect and abuse. Just my one son was taken. Where you at on your case? Where you're at on your case? Can you tell me that? Amber Cannon says, yes, my daughter got one of those against the child protection, the child's father, and the CPS worker came to the court date for that injunction. Put then she came like the house afterwards and decided to open a case on my daughter. Well, here's the problem. A lot of you don't realize you have a First Amendment, your constitutional rights. You also have your civil rights. You do not have to open your door to anybody. Your door is your castle. I mean, your home is your castle. The door is your drawbridge. Once it's up, it's closed. You don't have to let them in your home. You don't want to let them in your home. There's only three ways to get in your home. One, you let them open. Hold on 1 second, please. Hold. All right, I'm back. I'm back. Um, okay, good. You got an attorney. Is this attorney one you're paying for, Amber? Is this one that you're paying for? We have a new person. Um, no, I'm sorry. We have another troll in here. So, okay, good, Amber. The CPS worker filed emergency pickup order to be able to complete her initial assessment. Okay. You got to be careful about that. Make sure you look on the internet about the pickup order in Florida. Uh, for you people that decide to make up new names on the YouTube, new handles, I only take people that absolutely have the good names, like Kathy, Mary, John, Bill. Okay. It's very hard to read names that are complicated or set in a political thing. This isn't a political forum. This is a forum and a room dealing with the child protection system and how corrupt it is. Your family has been broken apart. Your children have been trafficked into foster care. I'm trying to help you all hang on to your children or get your children back. I certainly don't need all the people in here that want to make funny out of CPS. CPS is a serious matter. It's a very dangerous matter. Uh, oh no. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. I'd like to use professional name. We don't need to do that. Trolls is fine enough. Bartley, Bob, it's to talk about the treatment plan, not the termination plan. Okay. The treatment plan is family reunification. And if that's what she wants to talk to you, then you do it. But make sure it's the plan the judge ordered, not what CPS wants. You're going to follow what the judge has ordered. And you should have that plan copied from the court, from the judge. You get it from the clerk. Make sure you got the right plan. Now, Amber says the worker just assumed that the mom went with dad to different states after the domestic violence incident, where she had an injunction to get my granddaughter from her dad. Okay. Taylor, welcome. Where are you from? Taylor says CPS in his state, I don't know what state it is a crisis specialist. I saw firsthand their treatment of children in the system. Why do they get away with trafficking our children? Listen, Oregon. CPS is corrupt. I'm sorry, it's all about money. And the less you talk to them, the better off you are. You don't want to meet them in your home. You don't want to meet them at your office. A neutral place is the library, Starbucks, or McDonald's. There you can record them. You just tell them I'm recording you. You can't trust CPS because you need to have your attorney. The best way to start out with is tell the people you um, are talking to that if this is a legal matter, you have the right to be represented by an attorney. And your attorney can um, provide, you can hopefully get an attorney. If you can't afford one, they don't know that. You don't ask for a court appointed attorney to try to get a real attorney. But you need time because you're going to deal with a legal matter. It's like open heart surgery. If you know what open heart surgery is, it's a professional doctor that cuts open to your chest cavity, takes out the heart, and works on it. It isn't a plumber, it isn't a car mechanic. Those are good professions, but they're not good for working on the heart. That's why you need a specialized attorney trained in juvenile law, family law, and dependency law. And I have that such attorney. His name is Vincent W. Davis, and he's excellent. For 39 years, he's been um, representing people and getting back his children for 39 years. So again, I apologize. We have these trolls coming in. I'm just going to just ban them every time they come in here. Well, I know, but you got to have to get an attorney and you got to follow the rules. Now we have 15 minutes. I'm glad you take a phone call if we got responsible people that want. Yeah, I understand. I understand. I don't know why people want to waste time on a room that's not going to benefit them. There's nothing political in this room. There's Okay, I'm back. We got some distractions in the background here. We only got about 15 minutes. Question. All right. Now, there are some normal people out here, people that want help. People like Bartley from Montana, Margaret King from Kern River, California, Taylor from Oregon, Amber King from Florida, um, Smigley from New York. Um, Trying to think who else has been talking here tonight. Gish, I don't know where you're from, Gish. I don't know what you're from. And we have Sammy from Scranton, Pennsylvania. Now, Amber King from Florida says, I just know in this industry, it's never bad to have an outside because those attorneys and those workers and these workers' attorneys all work hand in hand. Well, sometimes CPS is so corrupt that the judges and the attorneys are in cahoots in the courtroom. I saw it firsthand in Orange County, where the CPS workers and so forth. Okay, I'm back. I had some disturbance. I'm trying to do the live stream from home, and so far I'm trying to catch up with various people. Now, what is the question that Taylor has in Oregon? A judge refuses to work with CPS now for the most part. What is suspicious itself? Well, that's very suspicious. Um, Again, I will not have negative comments on this show. If you have something positive or want to talk about CPS, I'll gladly hear from you. But it's here for the people that are trying to work with save their case. Hello, Maylee. How are you? And what part of the world are you from? Amber King is from Florida. She says state sanctioned human trafficking. Well, that's kind of exaggerating a little bit, Amber, but I know where you're coming from saying that. And Taylor says that terms of family court. I know it's very corrupt, but this isn't the forum for talking about how corrupt things are. You need to report it to Doge. You need to report it to Doge. So what I'm going to do is my phone number is down. I'm going to put up a banner called "How to Take It a Step Further" up on the screen. You have a thing called the government Department of Government Efficiency. That's called Doge. It was instituted in January of this year. It's investigating all the government agencies because there's so much corruptness going on and so much wasteful spending and so forth. They are investigating social services, and part of social services is the child protection system. That's part of social services. It also houses the adult protective system, too. We have adult protective system and children protective system. They both are supposed to take care of our children and our adults, the ones that are maybe in a caregiving environment and being abused and neglected. So, anyway, you have the website. It'll tell you what they're doing. Eating offers you a full time job. There's two phone numbers. Area code 202 is the White House. And there's an email. You go to Doge at mail.house.gov and you can send all your complaints that you're unhappy about how the CPS does trafficking and how they're hurting you and so forth. I understand your frustrations about that. I understand that is there. Maylee, you're from Mississippi, and how can I help you? Do you have a story to tell me, or do you have a question to ask? I have only about 5 minutes left before I have to end my show. My show is over at 8 o'clock. It's 7:58, so I have a couple more minutes before I have to end my show. I have a couple more minutes before I have to empty my show. So, Maylee, how can I help you? Now, I'm again on tomorrow, Wednesday, at 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. I'm on twice a day. I've been doing this for 23 months, almost 2 years. And I love to hear from you. I love to help you. I'm really excited that we got a really large room with a lot of people, but I don't have really too many good questions coming in. I know you guys are trying. Um, it's okay, Trina. You can come in again. Katrina has called in. That is Trina Biana. That's all right. I'll be here again tomorrow. And so we have Maylee from Mississippi. Maylee says, I have a father and accidentally burned half the house down. We already had that story there. Oh boy. Ugh. Okay, Katrina, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Again, I'm sorry for all the distraction tonight. I want to start thanking people that have called in and given constructive questions. I want to thank Trina Biana. That's Katrina. And she called the other night. There's Amber King from Florida. There's Taylor from Oregon. Um, there's Smigley from New York. There's Sammy from Scranton, Pennsylvania. Thank you. Bartley from Montana. Bartley, call me tomorrow. We can talk further. I know you're going to go in for your reunification, your treatment plan. Follow it. You need to follow that. And we've already talked about Amber from Florida, Bartley from Schmigley from New York. Okay. And we had a lot of activity tonight. And I want to thank all my listeners. I'm sorry for the trolls that came in here tonight that upset the room. I do apologize for that. So what's going to happen is that we're going to come on tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. in the morning. Please come. Please bring your questions about CPS or a comment you want to say about CPS. Please be constructive and be polite in this room. We're here to help one another going through the worst time of our life when a government agency has gone bad. 50% of the CPS agency has gone bad. So you got to be careful out there. I should know I've talked to 2,600 people. That's 23 countries and almost 24 months. I've been talking almost 2 years. Next month, October, will be my second year. Now, there'll be a brief video I want you to follow. Now, make sure you do not give up on your child or your children and keep fighting. Come to this room to get support. This is Bob Pace again, thanking you. God bless you. I'll see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Here's an audio to
A vivid picture is encrypted in your mind as the critics get in line like they're witnessing a crime. But then you notice there's a shiver in your spine from the feelings of discontentment and bitterness combined. Heartbroken when you listen to the judges, another kid's innocence corrupted. And if you go against then it's destructive. Consider this predicament the toughest, but we believe in a system fit for justice. Child Protective Services only pretends to save it. The one solution for this is worthy of instant praises. 30 years of experience with relentless cases. Allow me to introduce them. This is Vincent Davis defending you when they don't think a mother fits the role. Is it juvenile dependency or government control? Observe the pain in their eyes. It's time for us to realize we are the
last ones left. Put your faith in